are your hosts. I am Amadi, and with me is my friend,
The Grin.
Welcome to our podcast, a place where we don't shy away from gruesome details, where some cases may be triggering and hard to hear. So get yourself in the right frame of mind and let's talk about dark shit.
All right, let's do it.
Have you ever had that urge, that obsession to know what someone is doing at all times, to know their location? Who are they talking to? How can I get close to them? If you aren't with me, then you can't be with anyone else. Have you ever had that?
No, that sounds almost like a sick obsession.
Okay, good. I just wanted to know. Okay, because what I'm going to be talking about is, to that extreme, is about stalking or stalkers. We have the resentful stalker, that one that is seeking revenge for the wrongdoing that was done to them. Incompetent suitors, the ones who lack social skills and find an obsession. The intimacy seekers, who desire that closeness to a victim. Predatory stalkers, who are preparing to sexually assault their victim. An example of this type of stalker is the case of Daniel Lynch and Katie Piper from West London in March 2008. Katie was this young adult living her life. She was pretty. She's extrovert. She was a up-and-coming model. You know, I think she was early 20s, I want to say 21. Living her life, loving it, living in a flat with her flatmates. On Facebook, she received a message from this man, Daniel Lynch. She called him Danny. He was into martial arts and everything about him was correct, meaning he said all the right words. Everything he said made her believe that he's this amazing guy with values. It was said that he had been following her on Facebook for quite a while. He was following her modeling career, but I don't know how long he was following her. They connected on Facebook, became friends. She got into him. They start dating. 2 weeks into them dating, they decided to stay the night in a hotel. They went out, had their date, went to dinner, and afterwards went back to the hotel. When they arrived, Katie is tired and she's not up to having, fun.
Yeah.
Danny, no, he is not feeling it. He started to get forceful and eventually ended up attacking her and violating her for hours.
Oh my God.
Katie, while all this is happening, she's thinking that there is no way that he's going to let her walk away and live. So Katie, went into survival mode and convinced him that everything's fine, everything's all right. We could still be together and I won't tell anybody. So for the next 2 days, he kept trying to get a hold of her and she obviously ignored his calls, ignored messages, everything.
Yeah.
He kept trying and trying. And I believe it was on the second day, he messaged her with a promise. He tells her to open up her Facebook messages. Once she does that, he'll leave her alone. So Katie saw this as an out and said she'll check them at an internet cafe. In the next few moments, while she goes outside, he asks her or he messages her, "What are you doing? What are you wearing? How does your hair look today?" While she's answering him, she sees this man with his hood on, walking across the street, walking towards her, holding what looked like a mug. She thinks he is just some homeless man asking for change, so she starts to reach in her pocket. This man is Stefan Silvestre, and he was paid by Danny to throw sulfuric acid onto Katie's face.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it mainly attacked her left side of her face. Yeah, it was her left side of her face. She lost her eye. She went blind.
Oh.
After it happened, she described it as it felt like a skin-eating disease.
Because it's, that's corrosive acid.
Yeah, her face was basically melting.
Oh.
She ran into a nearby market screaming for help.
Oh my God.
Because of all that, she did survive, but she needed to get this huge procedure done. The surgeon had to harvest skin from her back to help her get some kind of resemblance of a face. So for the next year, that whole year, she had to wear a plastic face mask that was protecting her face to help her breathe because she also swallowed some of the acid.
Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah. The attacker, Silvestre, he received 12 years in prison. Danny, the ex-boyfriend, received 2 life sentences with a minimum of 16 years.
Good.
A year after the attack, around the same time that both of the guys were getting sentenced, she made a documentary called My Beautiful Face, describing what Danny had done to her. In the video, she said that it was so sad the way she said it. She said that her face was a constant reminder of what he did to her and that she belongs to him because it's not really her face. It's the one that he created through the attack. It's like she belonged to him.
Oh,
It hurts me every time I say it or hear it. It's just, that's hurtful. Like I never thought of it like that. It is. So after her documentary was put out, it was seen by Simon Cowell. Everybody knows him. So he saw the documentary and he needed to get in contact with her. They began a lovely friendship, and after a while he asked her if she would go and work for him. She declined and asked him if he would help her set up a foundation for others like herself. Now, Katie, she is in London. She's considered a celebrity over there. She's married. She has kids. And she's also one of the co-hosts on a talk show called Loose Women. This story, even though it was horrible, she still managed to have like a happy ending. And even though she has a new face, she's still beautiful. She is still beautiful.
good.
Another stalker personality we have is the love-obsessed stalker, the one who fixates on a person. This is who my main story is about. This is about Jacqueline Claire Ades. We'll call her Jackie. She was born December 25th, 1986, born in Zweibrücken, Germany.
Okay.
Zweibrücken, according to her Facebook, but her home is Coral Springs, Florida. Her father, Alex Ades, a retired insurance executive and served in the military for 19 years, instilled into Jackie and her 4 other siblings the values of honor, trust, and a sense of pride for their country. She was raised pretty much an all-around girl. She traveled all over the world because of her father's career. She was raised being accustomed to the niceties in life and dated men with similar backgrounds. Jackie, from what I found out, she had a good life growing up. She became a hairstylist, and when she's all done up, to me, I think she slightly resembles Catherine Zeta-Jones. When she's all done up, she's a pretty girl. One day, out of the blue, she decides to leave Florida and head her way to Utah's Mount Zion, what is known as a spiritual sanctuary to some.
It's very beautiful. I do really want to go one day. Man, it's on my bucket list though. It's very beautiful. If you are into nature, it might be worth it. I went to Yosemite.
Mm-hmm.
Yosemite?
Yosemite?
You
say Yosemite?
One of those. Anyways, I went to that one, and that one's very beautiful. So I would love to go to Zion one day.
Yosemite is pretty. It's all beautiful trees, and it has all types of weather. Isn't Utah? Isn't that desert?
No, I think you're thinking of AZ. I think you're thinking of the Grand Canyons.
No, I know what Grand Canyon looks
No.
like.
Actually, I think I know what you're talking about. I think you're talking about the Arches in Utah, which is very beautiful, but that is pretty it's
that's
like a
desert, right?
Yeah, and I do want to go there too.
Well, you just love nature.
I do.
So this little journey that she went on, it started because of a number. She kept seeing the number 33. 33 was everywhere. It was following her. She would wake up at 3:33 every single night, every single day, and she decided that this is enough and decided to find the reason of this. So obviously, she heads to a psychic.
Okay, as one does.
Yeah, obviously. The psychic she meets tells her that she and Jesus Christ have the same birth chart. So because of this, Jackie starts doing some research. Jesus Christ came to be, or was crucified at the age of 33, what some believe. And I'm not sure if this is something she saw, but what I found is that in numerology, the number 33 is considered a master number. It holds great spiritual significance associated with spiritual insight, compassion, and the ability to inspire others. It's a strong number.
Oh my God.
What?
But is this is all this is not what the psychic said, right? This is just
about the number 33?
Yeah.
The master number part is what I found in
okay.
numerology.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if what else she actually found. To Jackie, this is just what she found was just that Jesus was 33 when he came to be in the same birth chart. Oh
my God, okay.
She is then told that in her journey that she will be meeting her healing angel. That's when she decided to go out on this mission of 33 and finding her healing angel. While along her trip to Mount Zion, she stops at a bar, and bartenders, being bartenders, they listen to, everybody.
Yeah.
And hearing her story, he stops her and tells her to look behind him, that there's a huge 3. And then he tells her about Sedona, Arizona. Apparently in Sedona, there's this thing called the Sedona vortexes. They have these swirling centers of energy that are conducive to healing, meditation, and self-exploration.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I've heard of Sedona. I've never heard of the Sedona vortex.
I haven't either. And I lived in Arizona. I never heard of that part, but I was like, oh, okay. So hearing this, she's sold. She's going to head to Arizona. But while she is on this journey of searching for her angel, she is also on a dating app called Luxy. Have you heard of Luxy?
I have not.
Okay. I guess it's an exclusive dating app for men who are very, very rich.
Ooh.
Yeah. Looking for beautiful women. On this site.
Yeah, I have a question. Wait, so how do you know, what do you consider beautiful? Like, can't just anybody sign up, or?
I guess, I don't know if they go through a standard of who can sign up considered a beautiful woman. They just say it's an exclusive dating site.
Interesting. Okay.
One of the reviews I saw said that it's mainly for men who make over 6 figures.
So like
100,000s, 200s.
Where you go get a sugar daddy, basically.
Guess.
I what?
Yeah, I guess, right? Yeah, that's what it sounds like, a sugar daddy. Isn't there one already?
Is there?
It's sugardaddy.com.
I've never heard of such things. So.
I feel like there is. Or maybe this is the site I'm thinking of. So on this site, she starts talking to a man named Isaac Ben Shabbat from Paradise Valley, Arizona. He is the founder of a skincare company named Secret. After a bit of talking, she is convinced to go and meet up with Isaac in Arizona and have a date. So right now, I'm going to show or let you listen to a little clip of Jackie in her jail interview of her explaining how she came to Arizona. And I want you to pay attention to how she speaks.
All right, go ahead. Why don't you start from the beginning? How did you wind up here?
I wound up here on a road trip from Florida, looking for, I guess, love. And I was following the number 33. I used to wake up every day and every night at 3:33. It was always 3:33, 3333. So I kept following the number, and I said, why am I following the number 33? And I spoke to a psychic, and she told me I have the same birth chart as Jesus. So then I said, okay. I look up Jesus. He was 33 when he came to be. So I was like, that's a 33. My left eye axis is 33. The location I came from in Miami was 33111, the zip code. This zip code here, now the coordinates on the map, it's 33111.
Jacqueline, how did you come to meet the man who is related to your case?
Oh, Isaac Ben Shabbat. We met him online. I was looking for my healing angel. The psychic I met told me I would meet a healing angel. So I was in Utah, Mount Zion, looking for my healing angel. And I was at a bar, and I was talking to the bartender about the number 3, and I said, so the number 3, I told him the story, how I got here, just because I got here, the number 3. And then he said, not to say anything, but look behind me. And I looked behind him, and there's the giant number 3. So I was like, are you my healing angel? And he was like, no, I'm not. And then I said, okay, well, maybe you're going to lead me to my healing angel. So he said, you should probably go to Sedona. It's in Arizona. I said, I never heard of it. And I look up Sedona, Arizona. It's the 33rd most spiritual place. So I canceled my trip. In Mount Zion. And I decided to go to Arizona. I've never been here.
She has what I call, or what we call at work, the crazy eyes.
The crazy eyes.
Yes. She definitely has the crazy eyes.
Just her whole interview is like that. Do you hear how like obsessed she is with that number?
Yes.
Like her obsession and like trying to find little connections. Like, how do you know your left eye axis? Like she said her left eye axis is 33. I was like, how do you know that? Like, I don't even know my eyes.
I was going to say maybe she gets her eyes checked, but I mean, your access changes.
Do you also hear the way she's breathing? Like looking at that clip, it's like something is wrong with her. Like something mentally is wrong with her.
Honestly, she seems deranged.
Deranged.
That's the word I would use.
So I'm going to let you listen to another little clip, and she's going to describe the reason of why she decided to have a date with Isaac.
Oh my God, okay.
Isaac texted me and he says, have you ever been to Arizona? And I was like, this is really weird. I just decided to come here. And I said, I'm not going to meet him unless God throws it in my face. So we start talking, and I was like, I'm not going to go there. Then he told me he has my same birthday. So I was like, okay, I have to go meet him because I told God that's what I would do. So I go meet him, and we have the same birthday. Our brothers are both named Jacob and David. Our fathers are both Egyptian Jews from Cairo. We're both vegetarians. Then I find out he does stuff for the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea has 33% salt in it. Walt Disney's club is called Club 33. The reason they're called this is because the location of Atlantis is inside the earth. The coordinates are 3333. It's the soul of the earth.
This woman is definitely deranged. Her eyes are gonna pop out of the sockets, like, and the breathing and the way she's just speaking. It's lunacy.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah,
it is.
It definitely is.
And do you hear how she found the spiritual connection with Isaac and how
what in the world?
Yeah, everything
the
just
Red Sea, Egyptian Jew.
Yes, that they're both Egyptian Jews from Cairo, and both their brothers are named Jacob and David. It just seemed in the same birth date. So, everything just aligned.
33, and something about Atlantis, the coordinates 33.
Yeah, that's where she starts going a little.
Walt Disney's cloak? What?
Yes. She just went on a straight mission to find 33. And it's like she had to find 33 to connect to Isaac. Because he owns the skincare company called Secret. It's SEA. Secret, which involves the Dead Sea, and then the Dead Sea, she says, has 33%, what was it, salt in it?
Yeah.
See, 33, and she's making these connections for her.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, this just gave me the chills a little bit. She's losing her mind.
Yeah.
Or she lost her mind because you said this is during her interrogation.
This was during her interrogation.
Let's get to it.
Yes. So according to Isaac, he says that they only had one date, but Jackie states that they had 3 dates that lasted over a period of 3 days. Their first date was in January of 2017. Now, after this date, I'm not sure exactly what happened between them, but Isaac didn't want to see her again. Jackie says that their first date was Shabbat at his parents' home, which means that they began their date at sunset on Friday evening, and usually Shabbat ends after dark on Saturday evening, and that she stayed with him over the next 3 days. She decided to leave on the 3rd day because even though he offered her for her to stay at his villa in Mexico, she declined because she didn't want him watching her through the cameras he had installed. This is what she says. Since he decided that Jackie's just not the one for him and start ignoring her calls, she wasn't going to take this lightly. To her, he was her one. He was her light. And they are supposed to get married and live happily ever after, and everything is just supposed to align correctly. Now, there's another clip that I want you to hear of how she felt after their time together.
Oh my God. Okay.
Go on one date with him?
3.
3 dates. Can you talk about how you felt when you were with him? Did you feel a spark immediately? Talk about how you felt.
I felt like I met my soulmate and everything was just the way it was. And I thought we would just do what everybody else did and we would just like get married and everything would be fine. But that's not what happened.
65,000 text messages. That's like
That's
next
it?
level stuff.
No, to me it seemed like more.
Seemed like more than 65,000?
To me, yeah, that's
Isn't
not.
that kind of excessive?
Love is an excessive thing.
Can you understand why people think this is a little bit out there?
Oh, yeah.
Are you a crazy person?
No.
Tell us, who are you? Like, what do you
I'm
want?
the person that discovered love, the equation to light. Einstein discovered the equation to light. It's E equals mc squared. To finish that equation, everything we see is made out of light. Everything. And the composition of the light that it's made out of.
Jackie, some of those messages don't sound like love. They sound like threats.
When you're finding love, not everything is perfect. This was a journey.
She is giving me the chills. The equation to love.
Yeah, he found the equation to light, and that's equaling love.
Oh my gosh.
Because to her, when you find your person, the man is considered the light and the woman is considered the love. So Einstein, with his equation, found love.
I have no words.
So as you can see or hear, Isaac is her one. He is her light. And him not wanting to continue anything with her.
She's not letting go of that.
No, she's not. She started to excessively message him. He kept ignoring her. And this was making her angry. So she wasn't living in Arizona at that time. She was living in California. She did message him, if you ignore me, I will move to Arizona. And, well, he ignored her. And she did move to Arizona. But just because, she moved closer, that didn't make him want to talk to her anymore. Over the course of 10 months since their date or time together, it was found out that she had not sent him 65,000 text messages. She sent him about 159,000 text messages
Oh my God.
in a span of 10 months.
Wait, why not block her?
That is exactly what her dad said. Because he thinks that Isaac and his family are hiding things. Because he says, why not block her after 15 messages?
That's what I would do.
But he kept letting her message him. He would read the messages too.
What? I'm so confused. What?
He would leave them unread and she could see it.
Okay, if you're not interested in this woman, then why lead her on?
That's what
Just,
it sounds like.
Like cut the cord.
I don't know. Because there are two sides. It sounds like he could be leading her on. Or like in the interview or the interview. Yeah, it's an interview. She's losing it.
She is definitely.
So it could be both. He could be leading her on. Well, and it's probably making her crazy too.
I have no words for this. I don't know. You would think you would stop after, well, any sane person, I hope, would stop after like 10, maybe 15, 20.
That's a lot. I think I stop after 2. I'm like, okay, they're not responding.
Actually, you know what? You're right. Because, what in the world? Why, keep messaging somebody if they're not going to,
She
put in the effort of messaging
She found
you?
love. Like, she's not going to let it go. With these messages, they weren't all lovey-dovey. We belong together. You are my
Well,
light.
Of course not.
You are my love. I am your love. She started getting really angry. And it was a crazy love kind of way. Here are a few examples of her text messages.
Oh, boy.
You do whatever you have to do to get here, but don't ever try to leave me. I'll kill you. I don't want to be a murderer. I hope you die. Rotten, filthy Jew. LOLOLOL. I'm like the new Hitler. Man was a genius. I'd wear your fascia in the top of your skull, in your hands and feet. Oh, what would I do with your blood? I'd want to bathe in it.
I'm blocking right away. I don't know what is going on here. Like, no, that's extremely the line is a mile away. What in the world?
See, but like the part that kind of trips me out a little bit is the first one. You do whatever you have to do to get here. It almost sounds like she's responding to him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like he said something and then she was like, well, you do whatever you have to do to get here. It sounds like a response line to me.
Do we not know what he said?
He says he never messaged her. He never messaged back. It was all just her.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's just that first one just seems weird. I know the whole thing is weird, but I don't know. It sounds like a response to me.
Now that you say it, yeah, it does.
Right. On July 2017, the police were called because on Isaac's house surveillance, he saw that Jackie was parked outside waiting for him. And allegedly, a few months later in December, she ends up returning to his property. He calls the police again, but police didn't find her when they arrived on the scene. There was another time in April 2018. Isaac called the police again, and when he was out of the country and he saw on his security footage that Jackie had allegedly broken into his home and was taking a bath.
I'm first of all getting security because he's rich, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's wealthy. I would get security. I'm getting a restraining order. I'm getting dogs. And not the small, adorable ones, the big ones.
Okay, she's in there taking a bath. The police, they found that she brought a few things over with her. She had a bottle of champagne. She brought her 2 small dogs. And in her passenger side seat, they found a butcher knife. When asked of what she was doing in Isaac's house, she responds with, I guess that I made up a whole scenario in my head where I live here. So I came here and pretended that's what was happening. At that time, Jackie was arrested and charged with first-degree criminal trespassing of a residential structure, but not for breaking and entering.
What? Why not?
Because she didn't break anything to get in. She just trespassed.
So,
After this, she was released, but she had to try one more time to get to Isaac. She says that she received a message from an unknown number and that it came from Isaac, asking her to come to his work. But when she appears at his work on May 4th, 2018, she tells the employees that she is his wife. Scared for his safety, and luckily he wasn't at work, he reported this to the police on May 7th. Because of her failing to appear in court multiple times, they ended up arresting her on May 8th. Body cam footage from police shows Ades, I called her by her last name, Jackie, discussing a plethora of conspiracy theories and at the same time saying how much she loved Isaac. The attorney representing Jackie, Matthew Leathers, in March 2019, put in a motion requesting for a Rule 11 hearing, which is allowing mental health professionals to evaluate Jackie and her mental competency and ability to understand the charges against her. His reason was because, this is what he says, she appears to have symptoms of delusion and makes references to Walt Disney and Thomas Edison both being alive and controlling the world. The charges were ultimately dismissed as she was deemed to be mentally incompetent and non-restorable. I hate that part. It sounds like we're robots, non-restorable. Some of these terms they're funny. So according to her father, Alex, in an article he wrote for Medium.com, he talks about there being 2 sides to every story. He did talk about Why didn't he just block her? He could have done that easily on all socials because they were messaging on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm familiar with that.
Okay, that's where they were messaging. He said you could easily just
Yeah.
block her. And another thing was the trespassing charge. You know how I said it's not breaking and entering?
Yeah.
So this means that she didn't have to like jimmy rig or break any windows. She was able to get in
She had keys.
or something, or maybe.
What?
Yeah, see? So that's why her father's like, how does she get in? Unless she was told how to get in. And another thing that he says is that the man makes a lot of money. He had a security system in place. His alarm company didn't alert him. It was him who saw Jackie in his cameras taking a bath.
That is true.
Right?
Because, again, if that was me, I'm getting security. I am getting a restraining order. I'm getting, like, anything to keep me safe.
But he let this go on for 10 months.
That's crazy.
It's just, once I read the article from her father, the way he put it, I was like,
It makes sense. Like,
it does. Like, I'm not saying what she did is right. Like,
of course, we're
clearly-
not condoning that. No, that's...
no, like
That's
if you
obsession.
look at her interview, she's mentally ill. Something's wrong.
Definitely. But what's going on with him?
Was she being led on by Isaac?
Do we know anything about that?
So the only thing was that she was in an institute for a little bit in Arizona. And afterwards, she was let go to go home to her parents in Florida so they can watch over her. But after that, nothing online about her. Like her Facebook is stopped, her Instagram is blocked, like she's not accepting friend requests or anything. The only thing I did find about her was, I'm not sure if this is true, but in 2021, I think it said, supposedly that they found her obituary, but I'm not sure if that's really hers.
That's so strange.
Yeah. And it was weird too on her Facebook. Before meeting Isaac, she was normal, like completely normal, just posting pictures of what she wore that day and how pretty she looks and hanging out with people, like completely normal. And then all of a sudden starts posting about Atlantis and just weird things.
Did he like put ideas in her head?
I don't know. It ended with him just like, I know there's something wrong with her and I hope she gets the care or, the right treatment that she needs. And the cases were dropped and that was it. He knows that something was wrong with her and that's it.
And the whole like stalking situation of her trying to locate him.
It stopped. Yep.
I don't know. Something smells fishy. And I don't like it.
It's a fish from the Dead Sea.
it's fish from the Dead Sea. Either that or...
It's in his products from Secret.
From Secret. Or Walt Disney out there doing something with fish. Because it's him and Thomas Edison are controlling the world.
Yes. There's much more. If you listen, I think it's a 14-minute clip, her interview. There's much more, but yeah, I didn't want to...
She definitely showed signs of like mental illness.
Oh, yeah. I think so. Just watching her, like her breathing.
Yeah. Showed signs of like extreme obsession over this man.
I blame 33. I don't know.